What's up, everybody? What's up? David over here
Hey,
talking just as loud as
I
he
was
can,
loud, yo. I'm
and
loud.
the
I'm
mic ain't
excited.
even.
I'm excited. You see my teeth? I'm excited. We back.
You got some work done or something? Is that why you
Nah,
looking
I just
snippy?
look good.
Oh, okay.
I got a pretty smile.
Hey, you guys, listen. It has been a while since we did this marriage talk and grow with us, and we are sorry that we left you hanging for so long. But why not start back now during the month of love as we approach the ending of the month of love, but also as we talk about our music, we have finally released a love song.
Woo! Christians can sing about love.
No, can't
Mhm.
sing about love.
You
Okay,
got. I feel like, man, you married, you got to sing about love, right? You know,
listen,
God's love. He gave you a wife. You
absolutely,
can't express your love.
absolutely.
Book. What book about? Is it book of Solomon? Love
Yeah,
song.
Songs of Solomon.
That's
Songs of
what it's
Solomon.
about, man. I mean, he getting into some stuff in that joint,
It
you
really does.
know.
So our goal for you, first of all, a lot of people had been asking us to do a love song, but then it was like we always talk about the other love songs that we've heard, and you know how I wouldn't play that here, I wouldn't play that there. So we wanted to make something that you can dance to. You
Yeah.
can look at your boo and be like, oh, only you. Mm, 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 mm. And y'all see he can't keep his life together once I start singing to him. So
Okay.
that's that. So let's talk for a minute about our music that just recently came out. Before we dive into marriage talk, and listen, what we're going to talk about tonight also can be good for the singles as well. So we're talking about the balance of that. So get into it. Go ahead, David. Talk about our music.
Okay. So, real quick, we got two singles out that we put out. Two singles. So we are one, and we got only you. And so, if you haven't already checked those out, I do need you to go get them tonight. Add them to your playlist. You listen to them in the morning on your way to work. I listen to We Are One every morning. Gets me hyped.
Yep.
Gets me crunk. So I do want you guys to do that for us. Exciting news: both singles have cleared 10,000 views. So we appreciate your
Yes.
support. We're forever grateful for it, and that means you guys are rocking with us. And so keep doing it. We got some radio stations picking it up and spinning it. So thank you to everybody that's doing that for us. But we really didn't want to talk. We just wanted to mention that really quick. But tonight we're talking about balance. Talking about balance, and we got a lot going on. We got music. Both of us work. Got kids.
Both of us work regular jobs, and then we have our background vocal business. And David is also a minister of music.
So a
So we're
lot going
balancing
on,
four jobs.
balancing,
Yeah.
balancing. And so I would imagine you guys, whatever your walks of life, you got your jobs, you got your family, you got your marriage, and then really marriage is in a category by itself. And so because you got family dynamics, but you got marriage dynamics. And so that marriage dynamic ain't right. It could possibly jack up, mess up your everything else, really. Because I
Right.
mean, I could imagine, if coming home from work, going to work, and the home life with my wife ain't right. So,
Right.
that balance is critical and important. But I'm gonna let Tiffany talk, and I'm gonna just interject a little bit. Look like we got a little game here we're gonna play.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. I'm an educator, so I believe in having some type of activator, some type of something that we do at the beginning that's just fun before we get started. And if you guys are on TikTok, when you see and listen, we are new. Right, right, exactly. Because, and I'll go into that in a few about the personal goals and education and stuff and all of those things. But yeah. So
Oh, we got it now. So you got a good comment. Put it in there.
yeah,
We're gonna bring you on. Look.
Yeah.
I gotta get. Oh. Okay now. Like you got a picture that you like.
Y'all, we big time now. Oh. So, anywho, we have just like added TikTok to our lives, and I really feel like me and now David has always been an actor, but I really feel like my side is really coming out. My skills are coming out through TikTok. But anywho, there's this thing that they do where they ask couples questions like who's better or who did this or who does this. So if you're with your spouse right now, okay, you're sitting beside each other. David may have heard like 2 or 3 questions because I was trying to get everything written down, but he doesn't know all of them like I do. So we're gonna ask the question. If you're beside your spouse, just point who identifies most with that sentence. Okay, y'all ready? Let's go. So first, who said I love you first?
Probably me.
It's a point thing. You don't like talking.
Me. Point. Oh, point. We didn't get points.
Right. Point. Me. All right. So who apologizes first after a fight? Y'all, okay, sometimes. So we might get in a little argument. Let me say, while we on this ad, we might move a little slower than we're supposed to.
Okay, keep going. Next question.
Because he knows. He knows that he is not the first to apologize.
It's not wrong.
All right.
Now, if I think I'm right, you take it up. I'm going to take it to the bank.
Okay, he right.
I'll take it to the bank, fellas. Take it to the bank.
All right. Go ahead. Who's the funny one?
Yeah, hands down. Now, well.
It depends. I'm the funny one, just like every day.
She made me laugh.
Yeah, but David is a clown.
I'm a performer.
I
turned it on.
If he knows you, he's really gonna show that side.
I'm gonna turn it on.
Right. All right. So, who is more romantic?
Definitely Tiffany.
Yes. Who's more patient?
Me.
I ain't got it.
Me.
Better cook?
Me. I threw down tonight. Had some pork chop. Made this spinach,
we're low carbing, you guys. So
spinach, cream cheese casserole.
Our meals don't include any carbs.
No carbs, y'all.
That's right. All right. So who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
Definitely me. And the joke is it's like 4 to 1 because I mean she get herself, kids, and I'm still putting on my shoes.
You guys, let's pause for a second.
No, keep going.
No, let's pause for a second. Because that has never made sense to me. How I could get all 3 of the kids ready and myself ready, and he's still downstairs trying to figure out what pair of socks he's gonna wear for the day. Like,
that's how it happens sometimes.
Work on that, sir. All right.
Well, and I'm picky though. You know, I like my socks to match my tie. And and if I put it on, and see, I'm like that. If I put something on and I like where it feels, it jacks up my whole day. So I gotta look at it. Move around there, gotta dance a little bit. Go, okay, yeah.
Nothing. Wasting time.
And then I'm good. I like the way it feels.
All right.
I like the way I look. It's gonna be a good day.
Okay. All right. So who's the grumpier one in the morning?
Tiffany.
Absolutely.
I'll leave her right there in the bed.
Y'all, first off, I am not a morning person at all. David wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, singing, talking. Like, and when I say talking, I'm not talking about like, good morning, babe, how are you doing? I'm talking about like, when I tell y'all a full-blown conversation and I'm looking at him like he's crazy. Right, Candace. Like, they really are. They're related. Got to be related because, yeah, it's crazy. Right. It's all good. So who is more stubborn?
What you mean? I'll take that.
Yeah, more stubborn.
I'll take it.
All right. Who's the social butterfly?
That's me. Me? Nah, I don't got many friends. Oh my! That's why I did that video today. We don't talk anymore.
Okay. Who is the messier one?
Me.
Who works out more? Neither, clearly.
we trying to get it together. Look, we trying to get it together. First, I got this coronavirus. My job, she was like, we all walk right here with coronavirus. I was like, I let it there. I said,
trying to get it together. Everybody, if you on that bandwagon with us, you're low carbon. So yeah.
Oh, she's in there. Look, Miss Linda, you the one that said it. He was like, we got working in corona bodies. I was like, oh man. Miss
Linda, we do over here.
That's the one. She's funny.
So last but not least, who requires more attention?
Me. Definitely me. Well, you got your moves though, because sometimes listen, like with this music, right? You know, I'm all music music. And I get up early, go to bed late, music. And Tiffany be like,
you get up early and go to bed early.
Then she be like, David, we don't talk anymore.
First of all, let's tell y'all something. I don't just sit up here and sing to this man. Do not make people think that.
We don't talk anymore. And then I gotta adjust. I gotta do some adjustments.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it later because sometimes you gotta do some adjustments. Hey, okay. Is that the last question?
Yeah. All right. This man right here.
We don't talk anymore.
As we talked earlier, David kind of hinted towards what we balance. Because let me tell you something. This is Grow With Us. We are not claiming to be perfect.
Oh, no.
We are only telling you guys things that we have learned along the way. We've been married. May will be 10 years. So we're just telling you things that we have learned along the way.
Wait, look. You said how long?
How
long we been married?
10 years.
Man, I feel like I'm still in my honeymoon.
Oh, babe. He's so extra. I'm telling y'all. But so let me put that out there. Don't you get the breathing.
Oh, what's this? This Nels Churches.
Hold on, I'm gonna plug what I'm saying. Y'all wait on it. But why you said that? So everybody, I am a Nils Treasure Tribe. Yes, most of my clothes are now Treasure Tribe. So this is a Treasure Tribe fit. I've got the name of the top, but I got my little cheetah print on it, and then Nils Treasure. Oh, so man. If y'all have not been to Nils Treasure and purchased, just go to Nils Treasure, NALE_S Treasure. Go check out her clothes. She has an app. Listen.
Look, y'all. While we pause right there, look.
She's gonna have a 75% off sale starting tomorrow.
Okay.
And guess who's gonna be buying stuff?
Okay. And look, while we pause, I'm open to sponsorship. So if you guys want to sponsor this hour, inbox me. I'll put your logo. I'll move those CDs out the way, and I'll put your logo. I'll put your logo right here.
Yeah.
I put your logo in the corner.
So, anyways, again, we don't claim to know. We're not perfect. We don't claim to know everything. But you guys, we've been married for 10 years, and there are a lot of things that we have learned along the way. There are a lot of ways that I wish that things could have been like, that we had somebody like this our first 5 years, let's say, and not saying that they weren't enjoyable, because these 10 years have been some of the best of my life. And let me put that out there. But if I had people going live, these 10 years have been the best of my life. Oh, man. Lord, But if I had somebody on here that was like sharing what they learned throughout their marriage, there might have been some things that we could have avoided, or there might have been some ways that could have let us see things differently, a different perspective. So that's what we're here for. So let us talk about what all we balance, because if you know us, then you know we're a very busy people. David,
let's make a list. Let's write it down.
Well, you write it down. I know.
Keep track.
David is we both have full-time jobs. David is
jobs.
You are, what's your official title?
I'm a communication specialist for Lumbee River Electric Member Corporation. So Lumbee River EMC.
Absolutely. I am.
Shout out. If any of my coworkers are tuning in, glad you're joining us on tonight.
I am a course teacher at Spring Hill Middle School. We also do background vocals for people all over.
Wait. So side hustle. Side hustle. Side business.
We have our side business.
The LLC.
Sound of David. David is also a minister of music, and so that takes up his Sundays. Right now, just only his Sunday, but previously it was rehearsals and things like that. And then not to mention,
and practice and learning material and picking it. A lot of people don't know what that means, but okay, well,
and not to mention the fact that we are both artists. So there are days,
so artistry.
There are days whenever we come home, we have radio interviews, we have, to get videos, we have to get, things out to you guys, or things out to our distributors now. All of those things that we kind of have to do. And I just listed what? 1, 2.
Yeah, you're missing one. You're missing one. You're missing one. Tiffany, you're a student. Aren't you working on your second master's?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So right now I am back in school.
Oh
And
man.
I am getting my second master's in administration. And I haven't really mentioned that to really anybody,
Oh
but
my
I am
bad.
in
Was it a
school.
secret?
No,
I'm
it wasn't a
sorry.
secret. It wasn't a secret. But I just hadn't mentioned it. So, and currently working on my hours. I've actually, like, in this setting, like when the pandemic started, when they said we were no longer going to school on March 13th, is when my classes started last year. And so I'm great. I am not happy that the pandemic happened, but during that time, I have been able to do 8 classes, and I'm almost, oh, glory.
Okay, and so we got jobs, we got the side hustle,
Yes.
minister of music, artistry, student. And man, we didn't even mention the kids yet.
Yeah.
So
And then I am a full-time mom because I work from home with the kids.
she's a full-time mom and I'm a part-time dad.
Yeah. So I'm home with them all day, making sure they're on their classes and making sure they eat and all of that, as well as teaching. So I said all that to say that we can really talk about, because I don't talk about nothing I don't know nothing about. Okay, if it was something that I really felt like I didn't know about, we wouldn't talk about it, or I would bring somebody on that I felt was better at talking about that subject. Because there may be something we can't talk about, but we can bring other people in. So we want to talk to you guys about how we balance it all, and then we're going to pose some questions within this. Okay, so for us, because this is the one question when we do radio interviews, this is the one question that we get asked continuously. You guys do all of this and they don't even know the list like you guys.
And really, the reason they ask, because a lot of times, especially with ministry, traditionally, you really don't see. I mean, now it's becoming a little bit more popular, but you really didn't see a lot of couples serving together just because of the time commitment.
Right.
Usually you got, either the man or the wife is really I can't. We can talk about it. God knows. You got people that bounce back and forth, right?
Right.
And so the father might be the minister, and then the wife stays home with the kids, or the wife's out front, the husband takes on more home duties. Right. And so with us, sometimes you really see a lot from both of us, and it's like, so what are you doing? Now, I would say this too. We have some excellent kids. We really do. Yeah. And I mean, God knew what he was doing. They are very well behaved, and they understand. It's kind of like, I won't say they understand like this is important too, but they kind of do. So like they understand, okay, mom and dad got to do this really quick. I'm gonna be quiet and let them finish what they got to do. So they kind of understand too that there's some balanced commitments, and I think we're preparing them for their marriages and when they start operating ministry too. So I think, and I don't know if we're getting to that too, like being an example, what we do is going to trickle down to how they set up their lives and approach this marriage too. But yeah, I think that's sometimes the thing, because it's like usually one person is busy, but it also causes problems too, because a lot of times that person that's out there grinding the most sometimes is missing the home team. But anyway. You go ahead. I just want to put my 2 cents in there.
No, you're good. So we want to talk about, and Porter, we're going to get to your question, I promise you. But we want to get to family night and date night, because that is one of the things that when they talk to us, when they ask us, how do we balance it all? That's one of the things we talk about, is that we have to understand that everybody and everything needs its attention. Okay. And there are some days, like when I tell people my schedule during the day, I make sure they're in class. I get them up, I get them ready. I make sure they're in class. They're signed on at 8 o'clock. I try to get myself together. I go to teach. Our schedules are nothing alike in this house as far as our classes. Like, it's crazy. I might be teaching and press the mute button and say, hey, you need to go back to your class. It's your time. Because I have young kids. They don't have no sense of time just yet. So you can't tell them, go back to class at 11:30 and they're going to go back to class. I have to do that. So, so getting them straight, getting them occupied, and then knowing, oh, we got 5 orders today that I need to go do background calls. Okay, so I'm done with work now. Let me go downstairs and do this. Oh, but let me go spend some time with the kids. Oh, David's home. Let me go do. So it is something that you have to actually balance. Just it doesn't happen by itself. It must be intentional. So I can't just say balance it and not do it. I got to think about the way that I can balance my life so that everybody, so it's not, oh, mama was on the computer today all day, or daddy was gone and then he came home and went to sleep, or whatever. It's got to be a balance to where everybody gets their equal attention. But in order to do that, it's got to be intentional. Okay. And it's not going to look like that every day. Everybody's not going to get the same amount of time every day. And there are some days where I have to say, well, not doing homework tonight. Let me go do this, but well, you got a week to do your homework.
And that brought me, when we was going through our list, that's why I wrote down a note to myself to mention it. Sometimes it's really, they're just 2-letter word.
Right.
It's called no. No. Sometimes you just got to tell people or tell things like, no, not today. Not today. That's not that important today, right. Right. So I'll get to that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I think even with like the side hustle, I'll just talk about our business, because a lot of times when you're an entrepreneur, I got to get this money. I got to get this money. But if you set yourself up where the service and the products that you're offering is valuable, people will wait. They'll wait a day. They'll wait a couple of days. Mm-hmm. If you say, hey, and now you got to communicate that expectation, right. And so just like someone hits me and I'm like, I already know I got X, Y, and Z. Okay, yeah, I can get to this. I can do this. Love to help you. But I won't be able to start that project until 3 days from now. Right. And it's going to take me X amount of days to finish. Right. You see? So, she said, wait, on the calendar, right? What are you talking about? What's she talking about?
Yeah, she said no. You gotta say no. That's
right. Yeah. So no. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up. No. So they'd be like, yo, this is important. Right. I need this tomorrow. Right. No. Right. And I really had to learn that, because I know people will hit me like, Dave, I need this tomorrow. You think you can? And it's like, nah, I really can't, because my kids, I want to spend some time with them. My daughter likes to jump on my back. And I don't want to miss those moments because I'm stuck at a computer because you didn't organize your life to get me this in time. So no.
Okay, so we want to talk about family night versus date night. Y'all know we are advocates for. We talk about date nights.
We just went on a date night.
Yes, we did.
We went to the beach for Valentine's Day.
Right.
Got a little seafood.
Yes.
I got a little see Tiffany.
Oh Lord!
I got to see.
So you get to see me every day. So
no, it's different at the beach.
No, this man is crazy.
It's different at the beach.
So
no kids,
right?
At the beach, kids.
Right?
It's different.
But let me tell you something. Both of these are equally as important, and that's the point I want to prove. Oh, yeah. We talk about date nights. But date nights and family nights are equally important, because you want to spend time with your children. You want your children to know you. You want to know your children. Because listen, they grow up fast. And you can miss something by not being present. By being present, but not being present, if you know what I mean. So making sure that you have that family night where you guys spend time together. Look, the COVID has made us very creative. Playing games in the house. Uno in the house. We play Nerf gun fights. We have, my son loves Nerf guns. Nerf guns. I'm saying Nerf guns. He loves them. He has about 15. We could play a whole round of games with bullets all over the floor. Okay, we play those. We play the PlayStation Uno together. We play Uno together. Board games. We build puzzles together. And one thing that we do that I say we can have a family night every night is dinner. I don't allow my kids to eat dinner, one in the living room, one in their bedroom. I don't play that. But I don't allow that. We sit at the table together. And sometimes kids be like, why are we talking so much? And I'm like, because.
One day they're going to understand.
Right. One day
they're going to understand. But it's weird, though, because I know, like, even me, like, especially right now, I'm actually leaving the house to go to work. So I go home and I go, well, how was your day? And, and they might not understand, but one day that's going to be really important to know that your parents care about how your day went.
Right.
That's huge.
Right.
And then, sometimes I took to get them to be like, we don't talk anymore. And I had to make sure I'd be like, Tiffany, how was your day?
Yeah.
It's important.
And see, here's the thing though, too, because children, they love that affirmation just as much as we always talk about those love languages and how our spouse has love languages that we should know, and I agree. But you know what? Our kids have love languages too. And so I notice even during the day, my son loves to be praised. Okay. He loves words of affirmation. And there are times when I hear his teacher ask him a question, and mind you, I'm teaching him. His teacher will ask him a question and he'll get it right. And you'll hear me holler down the stairs, you go, son. And he's like, you can hear him smiling. Or if my daughter is answering a question, I kind of poke my head when I can and go, okay, girl. Different things like that. I even have the 4-year-old writing her name and doing activities. Listen, I'm not playing with my house, okay? So I want to stress the importance that as you plan your date nights and make sure, and some people do well at planning family nights and don't plan a date night. And some people are better at date night than family night, but baby, you need to learn how to balance both.
And I think when I read it, I was thinking like separate but equal. So they're two separate things.
Right.
Date night, because some people go family night. Me and my wife, we both there.
Yeah.
But the focus there, that whole dynamic is a little different. And then if we're being honest, I mean, I hope your kids aren't on this call. This is an adult call. There's some things we're gonna do on date night that so the whole dynamic is different. It's different. So you got to treat them that way. They're both important, but they're separate things. So if you're killing the date night, you can't just automatically be like, okay, my wife was there, I was there. That doesn't count. Right. Sharonda, you get to come on. What do you can't? You can't. Y'all know, hey, make sure this we might need to be like grow with us. So after dark. Yeah. Then we push it back. Make sure the baby's in bed, clean, so we can have some conversation. Anyway, we gotta keep going. We don't want to be on here all night.
But here's the thing: as you guys, and this is all I have to say about family night and date night. As you guys plan both of these, make sure you minimize the time that you're actually on the phone. I would say put the phones away so you can really, really, really enjoy each other. And so your child and your children won't feel like, okay, well, he's here or she's here, but they're not. They're on their phone. So you want to make sure that you really spend that time, and and
help some people out. So some people might not know, like they've done the same thing for date night, or they've done the same thing for family night. Right. In the comment section, if you got some good ideas about some things for date night or family night, things that's interesting. I know we one time
give us some quarantine style, and when this is over, give a mix of both, because I know right now a lot of people aren't doing a lot of things, but you can do things within the house. You could get someone that or you cook it. But I know a lot of people have been doing like caterers or a chef coming into the house and cooking, or to minimize the stress of the two of you.
If you normally don't cook together,
so yeah,
and
it ain't all got to be
for the kids. We've done like they do the wine and paint, or what's it called, wine and paint.
Oh yeah, like we had our
own in-house paint party. We did it a couple times. One time we painted rocks like pebbles, and then one time we did actually got the
love it. They love it. It's a mess.
It's a mess. Like we had the whole table covered with plastic and everything.
It was still a mess.
It got some paint. It wasn't that expensive. It was good. Zoom paint night. Okay, hello, fresh cooking together.
Yes.
You get to come on. Okay, Miss Linda.
Absolutely.
Zoom paint night. And that's a good one because my bad. Because Zoom, I like Zoom paint night too, especially right now with quarantine. Because like Miss Linda has grandkids. So especially now, you might not be able to go see your extended family a bit. So use Zoom, pull those people in, and I know people are doing Zoom baby showers and all kind of stuff. So that's an opportunity to pull some of your extended family in.
And
Family nights.
Yeah.
Now date night now, you stay home. I'll be zooming in, Miss Linda, on the date nights.
Clearly he loves the date night. So anyways, David posed this question earlier because as we talk about balancing and as we talk about, family night and date night and all of those things, one of the things that really gets shadowed or pushed under the rug is your cuddle time, your touch time, and the intimacy time. Okay. Now it's time for David to, now it's time for David to turn up. Okay. So he posed a question. And you guys can answer in the chat or give some feedback. But should intimacy be scheduled?
Oh yes, that was my question, y'all.
I
know because we talking about balance. We talking about balance. So I want to know your answer. I want to know your feedback. Should you got the job, you got the side hustle, you got minister music. This is my list.
Right,
artist,
that ain't everybody.
Student, you got kids, you got a night job, part time. Scheduling. Should you schedule your intimate time?
And let me tell you
should you schedule sex?
You know that everybody knew that's what you were talking about. He get on my nerves. So he asked me this question earlier, and I said,
wait.
David is so crazy.
Oh, okay, whatever works for you. Oh, okay. So we got one yes, no, go both ways.
No for me.
Okay, what's your answer? Let's get your answer, and I'll get mine. Or you want me to go first?
No, I don't mind going first. For me, it's a no. And let me explain why. Let me say this again. As you guys can see, I do very, very well at balancing it all. Thank you, Jesus. And I've had several friends, and people tell me that, like, I don't know how you do what you do. So right. I don't know how you do what you do and balance it all and do it well. And I've heard that several times. But for me, I would say if you are a person that you don't balance your time well, then I would say, if you have to put it on the calendar to ensure that you do it, then yeah. But for me in my house, we ain't got to schedule nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay. My turn. Okay.
I don't schedule.
And my answer
but I can understand the need though.
My answer is the same thing. Yeah. So I feel like we said at the top of this thing, everything doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
So I like spontaneity. I say the right.
You can't even say the word. I like. You can't even say the word. Right.
I like spontaneity in the end. Now, but at the same time, though, I like a mix. I like it to be I like a healthy mix. I think you can really do both essentially. And what I mean is, if you need to schedule it, for instance, if I know I have a busy week coming up, right, and let's say I'm traveling, I should travel a lot, and I come home on Friday. I mean, for me, that's like inadvertently scheduling it. But if I've been gone all week, Friday's probably a good night. Friday's probably be a good night.
Right. And when that happens, let me talk to our sisters because I know when David was traveling, I'm just gonna be honest. That was probably our third year of marriage. David traveled from Sunday to Thursday. And then on Friday is when he came home. Now, mind you, I had 2 kids. So I'm like, it's Sunday, Thursday, and you gone when you come on Friday, praise God.
I'm like, you can't go to bed at night. They go to bed at night.
You quit hollering at our people.
They go to bed.
So we had to he get on my nerves. So because of that, it's easy for us as women to go, let me go and roll over and get my nap. So you got to be careful that you don't do that.
But what I'm saying is it's still a communication piece. Because let's say we know, okay, Dave, you've been gone Sunday through Thursday. Friday I need to kind of recoup.
Yeah.
You know.
And that happens.
Now I would say this though. I would say that. Now this is why I say it's a mix because we might say, okay, we're gonna relax on Friday.
Yeah, y'all think he lying.
But
Let me tell y'all
listen.
Let me tell y'all how y'all know he lying. Cause I don't know if y'all can see it, but his lip right here it quivers. Yes, it do. Go ahead,
okay, what I'm saying is, let's say we discussed. Okay, Friday probably might not be a good night. You're tired. I'm just getting in. Let's aim for Saturday. Now, because we also are spontaneous, you know, we might take our shower, get to bed, and I might go, you smell good tonight, you know. And so now I'm gonna let some spontaneous come into, even though we schedule, you know, we said Saturday. Now I'm being spontaneous. But I would say this though. When my husband is driving over the road, that's automatic. When he gets home, for the most part, that needs a day to rest, which is usually not the case. And see, he might not need a day. He might just need an hour to take a shower, relax a little bit, and he ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. And I remember I had a friend. She might be one of your friends, truck driver. Her husband called when he on the way home. Hey, baby, that was your friend. Yeah. He like, yo, he want her to get done up, makeup, hair. He like, yo, I'm on the way.
And so she knew.
She knew what's going down.
Right. So I'm saying that. So that's why I posed the question to you guys about should it be scheduled, because really, that question is really up to you and your marriage.
And it's a tool. A calendar is a tool.
Yeah.
You know, and I say that because, you know, do you schedule your prayer time? I'm gonna go back to church on you. Some people schedule their prayer time, but then when the need arises, they pray off schedule. Right. They hear something or something happen, they say, "Oh, we got to throw in an extra prayer right here." Right. So you know, I say it can work together. You know, we know Saturday night is going down, but on Wednesday, Thursday night, I might want to rub your feet. You know, sometimes. I couldn't get it out. It's like, you know, I was like, I'm just rub your feet tonight, baby. Rub your feet. And the next thing you know, spontaneous.
Yo, man,
spontaneous.
I want you to get tonight. I need him to practice.
Spontaneous. That's my new. We about to put it on some shirts. No, it's spontaneous. I'm about to copyright it and put on a shirt. Anybody here make t-shirts? I'll replace my order. Be spontaneous. Use calendar if you need it though. You know, if you need it.
Yeah.
We don't really need it. We don't really need it. But if I'm telling you though, if I would rather schedule it than let it not happen.
Right. And that's the point.
That's a word.
Yeah.
That'll preach right there. That's a sermon. It ain't happening. I'm pulling out the calendar. When we gonna do this? When we gonna do this thing? Yo. When? When is it gonna happen?
No, I am so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed.
When? That preach right there. When's it gonna happen?
So in other words, as you because you do too much, as you balance, as you do the balancing act in your marriage of all the things that you have going on, don't let your family feel negated. Don't let your spouse feel negated. And listen, don't feel like you've negated them.
Oh, I was trying to make it look neglected, but you were saying that.
Right. But, and you don't want them to feel neglected either. But let me say this. You could do all that and not take care of yourself. All right. And I know this is, about marriage and growing with us and all of that. And we talk, but we could do all of that and not take care of us. So let me, and you know, they always say, when as it relates to caretakers, if you've ever heard somebody say, I've heard a lot of caretakers say this, that when you're taking care of somebody, you're so busy taking care of them that you don't take care of yourself. And normally you're the one looking sicker than them, and you're the one taking care of them. So you have to make sure that as you're I didn't even have that down. That just came to me. As you are balancing everything, that you take care of you. Because there are some days, and I know last week was one of them where he came home and I was like, woo, woo.
Yeah, she said it. She has a word for it.
There's such thing as a burnout. Yeah.
And then though, but that's why I said it's also you gotta communicate, because I feel like some people too though, they get so caught up in life. Because there's times I'm different from the generation before me, like my mom, you know, make sure the dishes are clean. And I'll be like, yo, we tired tonight. We'll get that in. And everybody can't do that. But you know, I don't know, Tiffany did it. She'll be going down. That's why I probably got the missing one. So I'm like, I ain't about to kill myself. I'm a hire somebody before I kill myself.
Right.
I ain't, man.
Yeah. So take.
But then, I was gonna say too, you know, and then like I come home and Tiffany, like she's having a long day. I said, baby, you know, go sit down. I'm gonna cook down and I'll call you when it's ready. I'm gonna roll your feet tonight. And then wait, I ain't finished. I'm roll your feet tonight. Like, you need anything, baby? I put the kids. I get the kids in the bed. Then spontaneous. You knew it was coming.
Oh my goodness, you in that word. Listen, but and that is true. You know, he does say, hey, you know, and he normally does do the dinner. He'll come home. And,
I like cooking. Cooking is therapeutic.
He loves to cook. I'm not gonna.
And I'd be like, kids, get out of here. I'm cooking.
Right now, see me when I cook, I'm mama. So
cooking is downtime.
Cook together.
Yeah, cooking is downtime for me. They be like, mommy, let us cook. I'll be like, I let them cook together. I let them cook sometimes. For me, it's like, man, it's my downtime. If I've been at work, I'm gonna come home and cook and relax. That's kind of like my unwind. So, but I mean, like I said, you gotta communicate. You gotta communicate. We always talk about that big C word, communication. I mean, communication and everything. Because even when, like I said, set that expectation. People ask you to do stuff you ain't got time and want to do. Man, you let them know, yo, I got a life outside of this.
But listen, a lot of times, and he said this word, and I always say it comes up in all of our it comes up in all of our lives.
That really comes
all the time. Communicating, because communication is really the foundation. It's the foundation of marriage, and I say you got to be good at communicating. And see, here's the thing: a lot of people don't know how to communicate. It was something that we had to learn. But, you know, in the beginning, because we knew how to talk, you know, and that's the thing. A lot of people know how to talk to each other. But in order to truly communicate, somebody got to understand what's being said so that you can respond back with understanding.
Come on.
And one of the interesting things that Pastor Delia said during she's doing the Eye Between Us right now series, and she said, you got to listen to understand and not defend. And I know, me personally, that's something I still have to work on. But
that's right. And the reason being, though, a lot of people wait to communicate when something's wrong.
Right.
I do that. Because and the thing about what we talked about this day, like we was having a conversation. I was like, yo, I really feel like if someone come home and say, hey, I need a therapist, they're not gonna be like, cool. Most of us gonna be like, why? What's wrong?
Right.
You're not happy?
Right.
And it's like, well, no, therapy can be preventive.
Yeah.
Therapy can help you be better at what you're doing.
Right.
Therapy can help you figure out some stuff. And sometimes it fixes some things that are wrong, but it's not always the case. And so I was saying, you know, sometimes even with your spouse.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
she said she's work in progress on that.
Oh yeah, we all are, you know. Because I know when Tiffany used to be like, we don't talk anymore. And then I'd be like, I'd be like, well, here's why, okay?
Right.
I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to balance this. And so sometimes I ain't perfect. But that's not look, that's not happening. Like, now you defensive and you start raising your voice, and now y'all fuss.
But you know what?
Nobody listening though.
A lot of people don't, and a lot of people in marriages, we choose to communicate when we're upset about something. It's also your spouse's responsibility to make sure you understand what they are saying to express to you, what they are trying to express to you. Absolutely. That's that part of that communication. And I always say, you can't wait to communicate when something's wrong. And that's the problem. We call it at our house, and I mean, we don't even have that carpet anymore down there, but we called it coming to the carpet. And at first, me and him only went to the carpet when something was wrong. It was always, well, let's go out here, let's go to the carpet.
And then, we did it. And then we came down there, you'd be like, we coming to the carpet. I'd be like, hey, what I do now?
Right. but I realized that I had to change the purpose, or we both had to change the reason why we went, because we were going to the carpet. And the reason why we did the carpet, you guys, is because we're not leaving this place till we get it right. Okay, so here's this bubble. Here's where we are. We're going to talk. The kids are asleep. Everybody, let's have a conversation. And we're not leaving here until we get to a conclusion. That was one thing. But another reason why we had to change it is for that very reason. We were going to the carpet when there was an issue. So when I said, hey, let's come to the carpet one time, he said, what'd I do? You know, and I said, no, let's come to the carpet. And
then she said, I just want to tell you, you're awesome.
Right.
Then I started blushing. What?
So I brought him to the carpet, and we had an open discussion about everything. But it was just an I love you moment. It was all of those moments, that time when we could just really express our love languages, because our love languages really don't have anything to do with gifts. So we got to sit and enjoy each other and talk, because listen, we're balancing all this. And
don't give me no gift. You know, I rub my head.
Let me tell y'all something. He had went to sleep last night, but I was wide awake, and I was up watching TV. And I said, "Well, babe, come here, and I'll rub your head while you're going to sleep." Oh Lord, that's the first thing he rubbed me this morning when he got to work. Thank you for rubbing me. So I said all that to say that sometimes those small gestures that we don't think is anything is everything. And we don't always have to go to the carpet or communicate or have a conversation, because for us, it's coming to the carpet. For you, it may be something else. I know one of my other good friends, they talk about getting in the center of the bed, head to head, and having a discussion, and not. And again, that's uncomfortable. That position, right? That position is uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, we're not leaving here until.
I don't know that.
Well, if it do, you're already in the bed. Okay. We as women can think sometimes that our husbands are psychic, like they can read our minds, communicate. Absolutely. And I said that, and I've talked about that before, how we as women, we have the tendency to argue silently. Like, why don't you notice this? And I had to learn that for myself, because I'm like, why you can't understand, and we can't assume that they know it. We can't assume that. We can't assume that they have read our minds and know exactly what we're dealing with. We have to communicate that. And if we don't, we can't be mad when they don't get it. So as we go back to talking about balance, this night was really catered to talking about how busy we are and how we balance it all out, knowing about family night, making family night important, making your date night important, taking care of you, and understanding, boo, if you need to schedule your time, okay? Yeah. If you need to schedule that time, if that's what works for you in your house, absolutely. If that's not what works for you, you don't need to do it, but make sure that at the end of the day, you take care of you. Okay?
One thing I would say to do too, like we said,
yes.
Write that list out. So what are we doing? What's everything that's on our plate? So you can see it. And then maybe rank them. This is number one of importance, 2, 3, loosely, something you might have 2 number ones. Right. But then some of those things is at the bottom of the list, because everything on the list isn't created equal. So some things that you might find, man, I'm placing a lot of time on something that isn't as important. So you want to give yourself that opportunity to see what everything is, and then assess.
Right.
And then you got to constantly assess, because sometimes, depending on the season you're in, things can shift, you know. So just like us, like I was telling Tiff, you know, we just released music. So some of the musical promotion stuff that normally ain't up on the list, now it's like, okay, this is kind of important now because we just released music. So we had to do some adjusting after we're out of release phase. Then we go back, we got to reassess. Okay, now what was there something that we dropped the ball on that needs some more attention? You know,
Right.
so it's an ongoing thing. And so and I think too, that's the really why we like why we say it's grow with us, because you really got to stay in a state of constant balance, if you will.
Yeah.
And so, you know, those priorities change up, the tasks, the amount of stuff you're doing changes, and so you cannot rely on what happened. Oh, we had this plan together 2 years ago, or this is what we was doing when we first got married. You gotta keep coming to the table and go, hey baby, is this still working?
Right.
Hey baby, what we need to do? You know, do we need a calendar? Spontaneous. But anyway, and I do want to, you know, say, like I said at the beginning, no, this isn't for everybody. This isn't for everybody. If this doesn't work for you, you know, hey, you know, peace out, you know. But you need to find something that does, you know.
Right.
And so we are here just to kind of, we're transparent, we're open. People call us, ask us stuff. We give our 2 cents. If it don't work for you, cool. You know, we don't have all the answers. Never said we did. But I do want to say this though: marriage. I don't care what your cup of tea is, whether you're, you know, divorced, married, remarried, whatever. If you're working with any type of relationship, it's going to be a balancing act. It's going to require some type of communication, and then you two going to have to do something to get on the same page.
Right.
And so, are you done? You done? I was going to pray. So what I want to do is, because we are Christian believers.
Yeah.
I don't know if we play. I like to have fun, but at the end of the day, it's us and God, and so that's a very important piece of our marriage. And so I know, like, there's some comments and stuff that talked about some things that didn't work out. And I do want to say, you know, I cannot speak to your specific situation, but I do want to say, you can consult God. Go to God first, and then God may put you in contact with a pastor, a therapist, and some other things to get you some help. Until this is just kind of like on the surface type stuff, because like I said, you know, when you start diving into your own specific situation, there might be some stuff that may work, might not work. You might need some extreme versions of something. Right. And so we're not here really to cover the we will be here all day if we dive specifically into everybody's situation. Right. So I want to pray really quick. So if you can just take a moment and pray with it, and I'll give it to Tiffany and she can close out. So let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for this opportunity to talk to your people, to reason with your people. We thank you, God, for just trusting us to share ourselves and share our story on this platform. And we just thank you for everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's going to tune in. God, we ask that you bless their union, God, bless their marriages, God, bless them, bless their families, God. God, give them the strength, God, give them the courage, God, to communicate and consult each other about how they can work together, God, to please you and to please each other, God. We just trust, God, that you are in the midst of everything we do, God, and we just know, God, that you're going to provide the increase, God. So this is just a faith step, God, that we're going to work on ourselves, God. We're going to work on our marriages, God, so that our light, God, is a reflection in our lives, and our light, God, is a reflection of you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, you guys. So join us back.
I mean, we're supposed to go every Monday, but we're busy. So some days you're going to get a no.
Right. And next week it may actually be Tuesday, because that Monday is my son's birthday, so it may actually be that Tuesday. I'll get back with you guys.
Balance. That's enough. Don't be afraid to adjust.
Right.
Gotta adjust. You
right.
know?
God bless you,
Gotta
Miss
adjust.
Linda. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. So we're grateful that you guys tuned in. I pray that something we said tonight encouraged you guys. Something that we said tonight helped you to love you too, that something that we said tonight made you look at something differently and say, hey, I can approach this a different way, or hey, this may work for us, or just try it, you know. But at the end of the day, again, we're growing together. We don't know everything, but I love him. And I love
me, girl.
I love him, and I love what we have. And I want to keep honoring God through my marriage. I want that to still be one of the ways that I honor him is through my marriage. So God bless y'all. We'll see y'all again next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week.
Oh yeah, before we go, make sure in the morning we are one. We are one. Or and only only you.
Hey.
Only you.
Oh.
Only we out on that note.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get through this.